All right,
Okay.
and we're live, and we got guest Carmen.
Hey, Carmen, what's up?
Hey man, give me a
How you
second.
doing? What have you been up to?
Wait, he's just drinking water.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, he's a little too wasted.
What's he wasted on? Did you drink?
Yeah, he drank.
Nice.
I'm drinking too though. We
I didn't
got
drink any.
we got Japanese whiskey.
Oh, I'm jealous. What brand?
It's called Tenjaku.
Tenjaku, never had it. Yeah, Suntory whiskey. There's some really cheap shit in Japan. It's pretty good for cheap whiskey, but they also have really expensive shit too.
Yeah.
And I've never had it, but I hear it's good.
Yo, hold on a sec. Hold on a
Yeah,
sec.
yeah, yeah. What's up?
Yo, hold
Oh,
on a
there we
sec.
go.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yo. Sit in my lay in my
All right. That far away. Gotcha.
bed. no,
Technical difficulties.
no, now we're doing it right though. Now it sounds, I think, right about where we have it to be because it's like a weird fucking setup, you
How about
know?
now? When I'm speaking now, at this
Yeah,
distance
dude,
away.
perfect. I can hear you. No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just don't
Mhm.
don't be so loud, you know? Like speak a little further from the mic.
Okay, how about this?
That's
This
good.
fine?
Sounds great.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good. I'm glad that we had 30 minutes of technical difficulties.
Well, technically, I mean, now we're only in like 2 minutes in on the recording.
Good.
Yo, this is good. I'm glad that I'm glad to have you, Carmen, specifically on our first guest appearance. Like it's
Me
on our
too.
yeah, it's good shit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Carmen,
It
we don't talk enough. I miss you, buddy.
I agree. I miss you too. Have you been to the East Coast at all?
No, not since we hung out, but I want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
You should visit New York City.
yeah. Are you in New York now?
Yes, I am. I've been here since December 2020.
Dude, awesome. How you liking it?
I love New York.
Yeah, I've only been there a few times and I really liked it. I have a bunch of family from New York City, so yeah,
You
I
should come visit. It's a very there's a lot of right wing ignorant people here. I've
oh,
noticed.
wait.
perfect.
You got to speak a little more clear, Carmen. What did you say? There's a lot
Aye,
of
aye. How about now?
yeah,
There's a
that's
lot of
better.
right wing internet people in New York City. A lot of
Yeah.
Twitter guys. I'm assuming other kinds. Like for instance, I was in a liquor store in Chinatown with a friend who's in the room slash house with us right now, and I ran into like a Chinese American guy who had a Pinochet T-shirt on.
That's awesome.
And once again, he was in
That's
Chinatown,
awesome.
so no one, either the Ch like local Cantonese Chinese nor Black Americans, foundational Black Americans who went into that location knew what the shirt meant for the most part.
That's pretty
And
cool.
talking to a guy, he said very deliberately he was doing it to own the libs. And I asked him how many libs he met at his job, and he was like, very little. And I was like, yeah,
Dude,
that makes a lot of sense.
that's great. A lot of Chinese people that relocate to America, like, there's a thing on the right with the more normie conservative types, normie right wingers. They think, oh, they're all sleeper cells. Like, no, they're not. They're trying to escape communism or hyper capitalism, whatever you want to call China. I don't care. They're trying to escape it. So, like, the fact that he has a Pinochet shirt does
Well, in this
not
particular
like.
case, the guy overtly had an American accent who was clearly born here. He
Oh, well, yeah,
was
but
a
his family.
millennial. Yeah, exactly. Whatever was going on with his family, he had assimilated into a particular kind of American cultural milieu.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of decently right wing Chinese children of immigrants or whatever and
Decently right
stuff.
wing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. They're not far right like me, of course.
Yeah, for that, you have to engage with Caribbean or African immigrants.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Carmen, have I told you about the African immigrants that I met in Japan?
No, tell me more. Where are they from?
Okay, so they're mostly from Nigeria. They're mostly there illegally, and
Are
they
they
stick.
Igbo, Yoruba?
Bro, I have no
Do they
idea.
do they make
My
money, dude? Do they get pussy?
Are they
dude,
Christian
dude, dude.
or
Okay, okay.
Muslim?
So this is so
Wait,
funny.
are they
They
Christian?
Dude, I don't think so. You know what? Actually, since it's Nigeria, wouldn't surprise me because they're pretty Christian. However, I can't say for certain, but they relegate themselves to like Shinjuku and Roppongi, which is the red light district and like kind of scummy part of Tokyo. And
Nice.
which is funny, and there's like a lot of titty bars there, and like as white Western traveler dude going through Tokyo, a lot of Nigerians would like grab me by the shoulder and stop me and be like, "Hey, do you want to see some big titties and stuff?" Like, I'm not even kidding. It was like really
I believe
cheesy.
you, yes.
Yeah. So I
I
was like,
question you calling yourself white when you're Armenian, but continue.
Armenian and Italian. So I'm like
Once
doubly,
again, doubly brown. Yes,
yeah,
continue.
doubly brown. Exactly. Like, okay, Caucasoid. Is that okay?
Caucasoid is fine. Yes,
Yo,
please
Okay.
Jay. First of all,
Okay.
continue.
you're talking to an expert in phenotyping, which is Carmen. You
Dude,
know.
oh, I know. We've talked about it a lot. Like me and Carmen have had pretty good conversations about race. It's fun. But at any rate, they stopped me, the Caucasoid Westerner, and they always want to like bring me to titty bars and like sometimes they'll have like a big titted Filipino woman with them and like sometimes a Jap or whatever. But I'm always like, no, I'm good because like I don't know, I'm not really into that and stuff, the lewd sex.
I'm not really into that and stuff.
Yeah, dude, like I'm a prude. Like,
Yeah, you very much prefer a B cup size on
oh
a
yeah.
trans woman. Yes, continue.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. No, but like I'm just not really into the whole lewd culture thing. So I always say no, but like sometimes I would chat with them a little bit and yeah, so they're all illegal immigrants from Nigeria and they
Yo,
work in
Vicky,
titty
can you
bars.
bring this to Carmen?
So, yeah. No, it's good. You would love Japan, Carmen. You can like
I
get
would, yeah.
yeah, you can like get drunk in public and
Yo,
on
Carmen,
train.
make sure you talk closer to the phone. Like, speak a little
Yes,
clearly.
yes, I know. I keep moving and readjusting the way I'm saying. But yes, how about now? Good
Okay.
now? I guess
I,
not.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Wait,
But
Jay, you can hear
Thank you.
Carmen, right? Oh, wait, wait.
sorry,
The way you said thank you is how you should speak into the mic the whole time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like just like that. That sounds phenomenal. That sounds beautiful, man. That
Sweet,
sounds.
sweet. Okay, yes, yes. So Tokyo slash Japan, love it as a Westerner, etc.
yeah, yeah, no, it's good. The black immigrants are funny, and also there's these little kebab truck things around Tokyo, and I assume other cities, but I never saw them in other cities, only mostly in Tokyo, and they're all run
Food
by Turks.
carts?
Huh?
Food carts?
No, specifically kebab.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
mean, if you go to, I mean, it's not kebab, but if you go to New York City, you'll find a bunch of halal food stands where it's chicken and rice made by some Palestinian guy.
nice. I love that shit, man. I love the Middle Eastern food and stuff. But yeah, so like there's some immigrant representation in Japan, but no, I love going to the Turkish kebab carts and stuff and like one time I was like, "Hey, I'm Armenian, you know." And the guy looked like kind of horrified a little bit.
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
it was really
He's
funny.
worried that you saw about how Moon Knight, the new Marvel television series on, I don't know, Disney Plus, is getting review bombed by Turks because the first episode references the Armenian genocide as having happened.
Dude, yeah, that's pretty funny. I wish, like, honestly, okay. How funny would it be if, like, that same thing happened, but, like, whenever Hollywood mentioned the Holocaust and it was white people instead?
Yeah, it would
Like,
be very amusing. Yes, I agree.
yeah, it'd be
And
cool.
it would be really wonderful. We'd be in a better entertainment world if every reference to the Holocaust was downvoted.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. We hear about it way too much.
Oh, wait, wait. I mean, it was only like what the biggest criminal trial in the world that followed like, like a horrific world war. But yeah, I guess we do hear about it a little too much.
Kangaroo Court, dude, that, like, international law is
Yeah,
bullshit.
Judgment at Nuremberg. Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm assuming you're a Thomas 777 fan.
No, no, who's that? Tell me about him.
He's the guy that was on Silo Forum, and previous to that, one of the Something Awful spinoffs, like I don't know if it was Auto Admit or My Posting Career. And he is a Gen X former junkie, um, I think Border Reaver and something else guy from Chicago who he posted alongside BAP and that
Oh,
entire crew in like I don't know, like prior to 2015.
okay. So like the far right lift weights, eat raw egg group, return to the Bronze Age people.
Even beyond that, like the other community, like there's a whole right wing community that's a spin off of Something Awful that you see BAP, Contbot, um, Nicolo, the guy who does
Mhm.
all the Substack interviews with. It's there's a community of that Thomas is part of. And ah, geez, I wasn't where were we mentioning him? Um,
Oh,
oh, Judgment at Nuremberg, yes, yes. And in
Yeah.
general, legal prudence following from the trial of Third Reich members is his particular specialty as a lawyer.
Hmm.
Um,
yo,
Never mind,
Carmen,
I've rambled
how do
off.
you
Yes.
know all this shit? Like, do you just like read this shit? Do you look it up actively?
Yeah, I do. Also, a lot of this is just recollecting things I saw online on like social media copy sites such as Twitter, 4chan, etc., where I have
Yeah.
like a very brief either schematic or I don't know, like a faint
Yo,
tracing
Richie, you
through
got anything?
tracing.
Yo, it's so
Yeah.
funny. It's like, all right, I'm sorry for all you listeners out there. What's
Go ahead.
going on right now is like, our man Jay is like literally across the country, and Carmen is literally in another room, and he has to stay in that
Thank you.
room while he
Oh
records.
no.
Otherwise, there will be audio bleed over, and it was just like be this weird feedback echo. So we're doing this in this completely retarded way, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. Are you having fun, Carmen? Jay?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, me too. This is great.
Cool. I mean,
Excuse me for getting too wasted here, but yes.
people are going to complain about the fucking audio quality, but I think this is actually really good compared to the last time, like when Kane kept fucking dropping out and Jay was like sitting in his car with like terrible service, without a mic, and I'm like, oh man. But it was a funny first episode, it was like early beginnings.
Yeah, yeah. We all have to start somewhere, man. And like in a shitty car with like a really old Samsung, yeah, that's where I'm starting.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I mean, I don't quite. It would be nice to make money eventually. Like I guess we got to build up some kind of like lore, but eventually, if we did like make money, dude, I just want to be able to quit my job, man. I'm tired of working for these like fucking Jewish loan sharks. And I shouldn't
yeah.
even. I probably shouldn't even say that because everybody listening is gonna be like, haha, I'm purposely not going to donate any money to any kind of subscription because I want to see this person suffer. Like working
Yeah.
under these fucking psychotic Jews, man.
Either that or they're going to be like, wow, these guys say incriminating things. Let's give them money so they say we're shit.
I guess that's all we got, right? That's the only thing we can really do, like to really like push it to any place of value because this isn't good content. Like none of this is good content, but at least it's somewhat like it's honest, like
Yeah,
because
sincere.
I mean the fact is like I don't get to chill with you enough in person, Jay, and I don't get to chill
Yeah.
with even Carmen enough, even though we live in the same city, which is really fucking sad. Like hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully now I'll have enough time these days, but like I guess I'll make a better effort to hang out with Carmen. Like
Yeah, you should.
I'll make a
No,
better effort to contact you and get in touch that we can do that.
yeah,
yeah.
but
So,
I
Carmen, what?
wait, not
You
go.
know, you go
Hold on,
first.
hold
You
on.
go first, Jay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Carmen, why did you leave Boston?
Um, I was bored of the city. It had grown too small to me. I wanted to get away from my family. I had burned bridges with a bunch of people, and Boston is a small town in a lot of ways. I kept running into someone that I had offended, and it was just personally unpleasant in general. I
Yeah, I
wanted a
felt.
lot of dating pool as well.
Oh yeah, for
Also, I
sure.
had always wanted to live in New York City as a boy due to watching, I don't know, or reading like Spider-Man and Ghostbusters, and any depiction of New York City that has a flaming trash can really made me want to live in the city.
Oh my god, that's so funny. You know what? I respect that so much more than people who are like, oh, I watched like Girls on HBO and I wanted to live that life. At least you read the
No,
right.
it's generally from being like 8 or 9 and watching a bunch of cartoons and then reading some comics that really made me want to live in New York City.
Yeah,
That's
well,
too good.
yeah, New York's pretty cool. I mean, I've only been there a few times, as I said. I got family
There
and
is
whatever.
there is nothing cool about New York City, dude. There is nothing cool about
Yeah,
living here. I mean,
yeah, I would
actually,
want to
no,
live there.
Bars are
that's a
open
bold
until
faced
4.
lie.
That's very cool.
That's a bold faced
Yeah,
lie. There's a lot of cool shit about fucking living in this city, dude. Like,
yeah,
this is the all right. First of all, in L.A., right? In L.A.,
yeah,
it's weird because L.A. has like this huge homeless problem, and yet the people of LA act like they're fucking, they care. Act like they care about the environment and society and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like such bullshit. Meanwhile, like Skid Row just keeps getting bigger and bigger. But
yeah.
meanwhile, in New York City, it's like there's no bullshit. Everyone, like the people are just like, yeah, I know there's homeless people there here, but I don't give a fuck about them. They're shit. Like fuck them. They just like purposely outwardly ignore them. It's more honest. It's like I feel like New
Yeah,
Yorkers just look at like homeless people in a more honest light. It's like you're a fucking bum, dude. Just get the fuck away from me. Whereas in LA, they're like, oh, do you want me to get you a Chipotle burrito and hopefully I'll never see you again? I just got to put this on my fucking Instagram. Like,
yeah. No, LA's fake as fuck, man. I hate it out here. But also, LA could be the best too. It's like beautiful when you take away all the disgusting grime, like right on the beach, and it's great. But it
I'm
also
sure it
sucks.
is very beautiful, but yeah, one thing with the homeless in LA is beyond the fact that it's warmer, so there's just a lot more of them there, and they're able to stay there for a longer period of time, I guess not being
Mhm.
hassled by the cops as much, is um, the fakeness of the people you're interacting with.
Yep.
Yes, but I feel like there's fewer homeless I see in New York, even though they're more likely to be schizo lunatics. They're definitely more amusing than homeless in LA. But in LA, you'll walk along the street and find a encampment with this like 30 homeless men all living together, being
Degenerate
yeah,
scum.
mostly it's for no, well, yes, there's that, but also it feels very grotesque to me. It feels
Yeah.
very painful to see a bunch of junkies just like dying slowly on the street out here.
Welcome to California. Dude, it's so bad.
you know what I'm jealous of Californians though, as a New Yorker, honestly, I must say. I'm jealous that you guys get to own guns. Like as a New Yorker, it's just fucked up that I'm a red-blooded American. I was born in this fucking country. Yes, I have slow eyes, but I should still be able to get a fucking AR-15 rifle. Like I'm still
Hmm.
an
All
American.
that comes down to New York and its weapon
Wait, I'm
regulation.
sorry. Say that. You got to speak closer, Carmen.
That all comes down to New York and its weapon regulation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Dude, Chris, something cool has recently happened. The 25th state is set to ratify a law mandating, or not mandating, but like saying that you can like carry your gun, like concealed carry or whatever. Like it's part of the law, you can just do it, and that's half the country. So it's picking up. Eventually the Supreme
What
Court will have to
state?
hear it.
What state?
Oh, I think well, 25 of them, but I think the most
I
recent one
see.
is Georgia.
Very nice.
Yeah, kind of shocks me that in Georgia they don't have that already. But then again, Atlanta is one of the most crime-ridden cities on earth and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
mean, also, well, related to that fact is that Atlanta does have a strong Democrat presence.
yeah, Yeah, they do. Yeah, the fucking retard city, to be honest. But like, I just assumed that they were not that lax with gun laws, which is why they have the gun crime problem because gun laws only affect good citizens. So
Yeah, also, if you're just, I mean, if the entire country has very tight gun regulations, then it'll be hard to get them in. But America, by the way it's formed, that's just not going to happen.
yeah, thank
Even with very strict regulations in big blue cities, uh, we just share a land border with so many places where you can get guns into it.
Oh yeah.
Also, yes, demographics of who's using them, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, you can't really legislate against gun ownership in this country.
Oh yeah. And like even if you could like chip away at it and take away rights or whatever, people are now 3D printing guns. So like what are you
Yeah,
gonna
there's
do
a
with
lot of
that?
factors
I
there.
want a 3D printed
Uh,
gun.
Yeah, you can make one.
I mean, it doesn't really matter when you can just get across the state lines anyway from a place where it's laxer.
Yeah, that's true. Chris,
A 3D gun might blow up in your hands, so you're better off having something that's been,
Yo, guys, I don't
professionally
know if you,
exchanged.
Jay, by the way, I don't know if you've ever checked out the terrorist Twitter feed, but since we follow Steve Harvey, he makes like the funniest posts. Like the most recent one was like 11 hours ago. He's like, "Thank you, New York. I'm going home to see my girl," and he's got like this bucket hat by Prada and like a windbreaker, getting on a private jet. And in the next post by him, he's like wearing this full on fucking like letter. It's just so crazy. He's got, oh my god, you got to check it out. You got to just sign into our Twitter, Jay. Like every once
oh,
in a
I
while.
did. I did. I just haven't looked. But where the fuck did Steve Harvey come from? Like he's just always been
He's from
there.
like Atlanta.
Well, no, no. I mean not literally, but
Hot
what
Atlanta.
is yeah, but what does he do? I
All
know
right,
he's
all
a
right.
talk show.
He's like Family Feud, like a game show that runs at like 4 p.m. in
He's
the
also a comedian. He hosts the Steve
yeah.
Harvey Morning Show, Family Feud. Yo, Judge Steve Harvey is the funniest shit, though, to be honest.
Also, he has a fan base among middle class Black Americans, which is like a subculture that, like Tyler Perry stuff, not very overly interesting to anyone outside of it. But
Oh,
he has his own like separate culture that he's drawing from and gains funds from that makes him a celebrity.
okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I just like he's always been there, and I know he does like game shows and stuff, but I don't never really took the time to look into him because, like, honestly, I'm not black.
Yeah, and also a very particular kind too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Basically, like the more southern states, more small C, socially conservative Black Americans are going to be into him. The ones that you'll meet at a liberal college campus will look down on him and look
Oh,
down on Tyler Perry's stuff, for instance.
well, to be
Um,
fair, Tyler Perry's stuff is pretty cringe.
oh, it's terrible. But
Yeah.
like for instance, the women that will fuck us, Jay, they're going to look down on it due to being, a liberal social cultural. They're more NPR Americans. They're
Okay.
more
Okay.
culturally aligned, talented tenth. They'll talk about James Baldwin a bunch. I'm talking about women I fucked, obviously, but uh,
Hmm.
it's they are going to look down on Steve Harvey and the like as being they'll have like a normie, just a disdain for it that's a mix of blue staters disdain for red staters and also our disdain for normies, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. All right. So yeah, not interested in Steve Harvey outside of like memes, I guess. Although I did see a funny thing on Twitter last week where somebody made like a fleshlight out of what looks like Steve Harvey's lips or something and then tagged him in it and then like he got blocked like instantly.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty
I
great.
want to fuck Steve Harvey's lips. Mm.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, Twitter's an interesting
This is
place.
disgusting, dude. Like the CNN just tweeted this like fucking article where the headline photo is of I don't even know who the fuck this is, but it's just some like saggy ass titty out with the strap hanging below the arm. You guys will see it. Once you check the video footage, you'll be like, all right, that's very CNN. Oh wait,
Mhm.
yo, there's a Sacramento shooting. Multiple shooters, 6 dead, stolen gun recovered at scene. I'm sorry, Jay, that's your fucking state, like Sacramento.
Yo-
You didn't hear
Yeah,
about?
yeah, I heard about that.
How many
And
shooters? How many
yeah,
shooters?
false
Uh,
flags are
they didn't.
starting.
They didn't say how many shoot. I'll click on the article, but they didn't say. I don't think they know. That's
Yeah,
cool
dude,
though.
when I heard about it, I was like, oh, cool, the false flags are starting again. Like, I just don't believe anything
I bet you
anymore.
Fox
all
Nation.
the.
It's the
Hold
place
on,
to
wait,
stream
wait. I
all
gotta.
your Fox favorites.
Oh shit! I had to cancel that out because it was playing like Fox News is just so grimy, and if you even go on their
It,
websites, like they
well,
will play
all the
like
conservative media websites are riddled with like adware or
yeah,
pop-up
because they're just so
things.
Mhm.
retarded. That's what it. You know what it is?
Yeah, they are.
It's like if you were to just like evaluate the right and the left in this country, which is like the lib retard left and the right conservative like alt right. Like the fact
Mhm.
is, like the right really is just more physically competent, whereas the left is better at critical thinking. But they're just like you get them to do any task.
Yeah, the right has a
Yeah.
-2 to intelligence and a +2 to strength,
Well,
while
I
the
don't
left
know,
has a
man.
-2 to. Yes, yes.
I don't
No, there's
know.
definitely smart people here, but
They're
I guess
retarded. They're midwits.
yeah, there they are.
Okay, so this is what you get with the left. You get a bunch of, okay, yeah, like slightly above average IQ types, but they're not smart enough to be self-aware. But
Agreed, agreed. You're
yeah,
dealing with a lot of 105, 110 IQs,
yeah,
Well, you know
and
what?
exactly.
conservatives.
I'm a double digit IQ man, and I am proud of it, sir. So you
All
better.
right, all right. But dude, the thing about
All right, all
midwits,
right.
all right, so like the thing about these midwits is that like they will mold themselves to whatever is socially acceptable at the moment, and they're not really concerned with truth or what's right. They're social climbers, and if like
Yo,
they
can you guys just like name me like famous people you like so I have something else to scroll through Twitter on our fucking Twitter feed besides just like bullshit and Nick Mullen? Like give me
Howling Mutant on Twitter.
Howling Mutant. Was it one word?
Yeah, I think that the O is a
A zero?
zero, maybe.
That's
Not
real
certain.
gay. Yo,
I
Because
like
he's
Nick
been
Lane.
banned
what do you
multiple
guys think?
times.
Did you guys ever hear of Contra? You guys ever watch a ContraPoints video?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I like ContraPoints. I think those videos
Yep.
are really
I've
good
never
production.
watched them whatsoever. I'm aware of her. That's the extent of it.
So yeah,
Isn't she connected to the
Shout out to
CIA?
ContraPoints.
yeah, you dude, okay, so all of BreadTube is it's like literally funded by the alphabet agencies.
Yeah, alphabet agencies and alchemical orders.
Yeah,
Like one of
they're
the
fucked
bread
up.
two people is like the grandson of Aleister Crowley.
Yeah, no, they're all scumbags, and they're like basically paid to herd sheep into like cringe ideologies and like stuff like that. And I used to like respectfully disagree with ContraPoints because I was like, well, ContraPoints is all right, I guess, because ContraPoints does philosophical talks and brings up concepts that like the average normie doesn't know about, but then would get into like eventually into like these like radical retard leftist shit, and then they use the like bisexual lighting thing, and I'm just like, no, I can't make any excuses for this. I am not willing to be like, what's the word, charitable at the moment.
Yes, you're engaging with her and with the medium far more than I am.
Yeah, no, it's been years, like a very long time and stuff, but like I don't know. I just can't be charitable with leftists right now, or even most far right people. They're like fucking retarded. Like,
Yeah, they are.
yeah. In general, I
It's
just can't
very
do it.
frustrating.
Sorry, what?
It's very frustrating, I said.
No, it is. It is because like I'll be sitting here and
Yo,
I'll be
guys, by
like,
the way,
huh?
off of a whim, I decided to look up like signs that you're secretly gay, and there was an article on India.com, and it's literally called 5 signs that your boyfriend might be gay. So I'm just gonna list them off right now. First one
Okay.
is checking out other men. It is normal for every girl to get annoyed when her boyfriend stares at other women. However, now you should be annoyed or worried when you men checks out other men. There is nothing to be chilled out about this, and there's a lot to worry about if the hot guys you just saw has been erased from your memory. Yo, these things, this thing is clearly written by a person whose English is not their first language. But anyway, the first one is checking out other men. The second one is no sex in your relation. The third one is he doesn't even acknowledge sexiest girls. And the next one is anything you do doesn't turn him on at all. And the next one is if he shaves his butthole. I
Nice.
gotta read this one. All right, I gotta read this one. It goes, men do shave their private areas, period. Even women do so. But who on earth shaves their butthole? If your guy shaves his butthole and keeps it clean most of the times, you know it is weird. Especially because he doesn't even let you touch him. This is an obvious sign that he might be gay and he is grooming himself for other men. There are 5 most obvious signs that your boyfriend might... Alright, so that was... that
Dude,
was...
what the fuck is wrong with India?
it's gonna... The problem is...
Yeah.
The problem is they're gonna be a fucking superpower by 2023, so that they just don't know what to do with all of that power. You know, that's...
Yeah, true. Man, oh, okay, so yeah, that's pretty funny. Man, I wonder how many faggots there there are in India.
Honestly, there's probably a lot, because
Oh, well, they
India...
have a lot of people that get funneled into being hijras, the Indian trans women.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of societies that have a third gender.
Like Thailand, those
India,
lady boys are
yeah,
literally a
exactly.
third respected gender, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a more trad version of transness where you have a third gender that's bottom gay men and trans women, and then maybe some other catch-all situations that exist peripheral to the society in this kind of magic user and prostitute form.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, like I remember reading years ago that in Iran that they would take gay men and were basically like,
Forcefully
okay,
trans them. Yeah,
yeah,
they force femme gay men in Iran,
it's like
which is
you
why
No.
it's one of the most
die.
So
Aryan
wait, they
states
just like
on
cut
earth.
off their dicks and force the pussy on them. It's
Yes,
like,
literally, they either get executed for being a homosexual or they can transition to female.
Yeah, that's wild. Like so all the like
They've been
idiot
doing that since the 70s.
yeah, like all the idiot far right people that we were just bitching about, like they should be okay with that. They all love Iran. But they
Yeah, yeah.
also all, like really, really hate the whole trans thing too. It's pretty funny.
Well, a lot of these geopolitical things become proxies for domestic conflicts. You see this with Ukraine versus Russia,
Yeah,
where
yo,
the
Russia's gonna win.
center left normie libs are very pro Ukraine, even though they have genuine neo Nazis,
yeah,
very influential within their government. Um, like geopolitics doesn't matter to Americans for the most part unless you can directly tie it to something domestic, and the normie lib were able to tie it to their domestic conflict with right wingers here.
yeah, dude. No, the whole Ukraine Russia thing is wild. Like the was it the the quote unquote Nazis or whatever. I have friends
Azov
from
Battalion,
the
or do you
Azov
mean
Battalion.
yeah?
I have friends from Ukraine. One in particular quoted himself, or I can quote him as saying, "Fuck Ukraine, it's not a real country." But he even says, "No, those aren't like actual Nazis and stuff. They're pretty pro-Jewish and
Yeah,
stuff."
because they're all being funded by a Jewish billionaire anyway.
Yeah, no, they
Um,
are. Yeah,
I
they're that
mean,
Jewish
both sides
oligarch.
have a lot of weird symbolic. Both sides have a lot of Jews, and both sides have a lot of weird symbolic mixes. Where on the Ukrainian side, you'll see Third Reich flags and
Yeah,
also Israeli flags. which, by
Yeah,
the
it's
way,
weird.
they're very similar countries. It makes sense.
Yeah,
And then on the Russian side, you'll see both Soviet flags and Confederate American flags, both of
yeah.
which can also easily be
Well, I'm in a
aligned.
clapping mood.
It's
I
weird.
like
It's
But at the
more
same
proof.
time, it also feels like shitposting in real life,
It does
which
feel
it
like
is.
a post. It's clown world, but I think even further than that, beyond that, it's proof that the whole left right like dichotomy is kind of dead. Like there's so
Well,
many
it
like
exists. Well, it exists in every country individually, and there are certain broader national qualities with it. But yeah, in certain places, it just doesn't work whatsoever, the way
yeah,
we see it.
yeah, no, exactly. It's kind of a in a way a dead concept. But and I think as we further ourselves away from the enlightenment, the more dead it'll be.
Yo, do you guys like NASCAR?
No,
Not
I don't.
particularly.
All right, just wondering.
I
Continue.
don't care for cars, and it
Yeah.
also seems too southern culture for me, or
Yeah.
Understandable.
border reaver culture.
Understandable. Border. It's like Mad Max culture. Eventually, that's what it's gonna
Well, I
Yeah.
turn
like
to.
that part, but no, no, no. I mean, it's associated with the population group by border reavers. I mean, people from northern England and southern Scotland. This is all in the book Albion Sneed, and I don't remember the author's name, but it's a cult. There's waves of immigration from like northern England, southern Scotland to Appalachia, and that formed the redneck population as we think of it, all the stereotypical southern whites with
Yeah.
fast cars and moonshining and Baptists, etc.
Yeah, I know for sure. No, I'm not. Okay. So I like Southerners. I don't very much
I
have
do
any.
too. I prefer the Cavaliers, the more upper class Southerners to lower class ones, even though I myself am from a very humble background.
Yeah, I like all peoples
Yo, hold
for
up, guys. I
real.
gotta pee. So keep talking amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, for real though. I like Southerners. I don't have much in common with them. Like
Yeah,
maybe the
same.
hospitality, like maybe the hospitality thing. I like. I don't know, being kind to people and helping.
But a lot of their cultural signifiers and things they're into, I don't care for.
Yeah, same. Like I could not care less about cars at all. As long as it
Yeah,
works and gets me to where I need to go, I don't care. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't, though I'm very sympathetic to religion, I don't feel any personal devout ties to it.
Mm-hmm.
I find the South, I find it too hot. I find it frankly boring with how early things can go there. I, it's frustrating because dealing with normie cons, I have a bunch of commonalities with them, political overlaps and beliefs where I'm sympathetic with them. But on a general cultural level, I'm just not very similar to them.
Me neither, dude. It sucks being right wing because I'm
Well, it
like,
sucks being a particular kind of right wing where you're
yeah,
growing
yeah,
up in a very blue state area and you have blue state interests and
oh yeah, same. Like, dude, I'm all about arts and culture and like quote unquote left wing shit.
Left wing
So like,
shit.
yeah, quote unquote. So when I talk to all these like right winger types, they don't really value the same kind of things that I do, and they're all like, I
yeah,
don't.
I end up fetishizing them in a way as a salt of the earth, working class whites in a way that libs do with urban men and other minorities.
No, yeah, me too. I respect them. I respect the like for sure the salt of the earth people love them. I think they're great. I wish that a majority of America was them, but I feel that I'm like distinct from them being from a blue state.
Yeah, same, and also
You're
just
a
our
California
backgrounds, our
faggot, is what you are,
personalities.
dude.
Sorry, what,
Yeah,
Chris?
we're
Nothing. Never
coastal
mind.
elites.
Oh
We're
yeah,
rejected
Actually, you know
coastal
what?
elites.
You're a West Coast fag, and I'm an East Coast fag.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, same East Coast.
yeah. We're definitely
Um,
I'm a New
culturally.
England fag, and you're like one of those fucking like cracked out fucking West Coast doubly tan white people fags. You know?
Oh
New
yeah, no,
York and the New York area, the tri-state area, that's like mid-Atlantic. It's like a distinct cultural group from New England, which is like Boston, Rhode Island,
You know,
Maine,
that's
New
fucked up. It's
Hampshire.
fucked up that us New Yorkers can't be considered real New Englanders. Like, we can't be
We
looked
have a
at as
lot
the
of
same.
overlap. Well, no, it's not that. It's that it's just like two just like similar but distinct subcultures, namely because New York City was settled by the Dutch and has like a
Fuck the
different
Dutch.
cultural milieu than the rest of America, which has very strong English roots.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. But yeah, back to what you were saying, we are kind of like cultural elites in a sense, and we're kind of outsiders in our own community. And so I've always been like that my whole life. Like in California, I relate to no one here at all.
Yeah,
And then like with the right wingers that I am politically aligned with, I do not relate to them at all. I find them quite frankly very boring.
I talk
It's
about
like we just
both the
wanna, we just
normies and the
wanna,
internet
we
guys.
just wanna
You
hang
know what
out in
we
the
are?
woods and you like shoot our guns and jerk off and smoke our meth and drink our
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, what we really are is we're rejects from the young Republicans.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Like
tell
we
pretty
you
much.
really
what.
should be wearing bow ties and
Nah,
suits
I'm gonna go
and
with what
doing
Kane
a
said. All right, Kane called me a Renaissance man, and I like that because I am indeed, a martial artist and a DJ and martial an athlete. I guess if you consider cycling a sport, you know, like
Yeah.
I do a bunch of different shit. So I think that's the standard that no matter where you're from, you should aspire to. If life gives you the opportunity to be able to pursue all these fun little fucking activities because life is inherently meaningless. Like we can all fucking agree on that. Like there's no
Yeah.
like grand purpose. Like religion is bullshit. Like all that
I
shit's
Yeah.
don't know.
fake.
I personally don't believe in it, but I have a lot of romanticization for those belief systems. And
Yeah.
also, viewing life as
Yeah,
being
but all right.
meaningful is probably better for you
Let's
on a
say let's say you take
utilitarian level.
let's say you take the communist angle, right? And you want to just first of all, as a utilitarian, as a communist or whatever, you don't want to be a miserable person. You don't want to be a person who has like nothing to offer spiritually. Yeah, you might
Hmm.
have like a skill like, you could be a nice engineer or a good chef or a good seamstress or whatever. But like none of that really means anything unless you go through those like life experiences with other people. It's like you could be, like a pro whatever, but what's really going to connect you with other people is when you get to that age where you could like connect with younger people through your experience. You're like, oh, like I'm a 32-year-old woman, but you're just a 19-year-old girl, and let me give you some advice. And that is the kind of exchange that's actually like spiritually valuable. That's the kind of exchange that like makes being human worth it. Like, am I wrong?
There's a lot of significance in human life to our social interactions. Yes. Um, Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Oh no, no, I'm good. I'm good. You keep going. I was thinking about what Chris was saying,
Yeah, I
and
know what I'm talking about, dude. Cause like when I would just really put my cards down, and then I get all like philosophical and shit. I think I'm usually
mhm.
on point. It's just weird though, because like my philosophies are usually built on experience. And then I hear other people who build their philosophies on shit they learned in like school and all that stuff, and in books they've read, and they're all so gay in some way. And,
Yeah,
it's like, it's always some like great big compromise. Meanwhile, I'm just like, nah, you work for your shit, you get your shit. And if you don't get your shit, you work harder for it, or you kill the person who's trying to fuck you. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I gotta remember, it's not funny to make death threats on internet podcasts. So
Sure
Sadly.
it is. No, you're right. We shouldn't threaten the death of anyone on this podcast.
even though we're called fucking terrorisk, and that's pretty much what we do, right? We're,
Yeah,
we're,
yeah,
we
yeah.
we provide the risk of terror, not explicit terror, but the risk of
Yeah, we
terror.
terrorize normies.
Yo, Jay, I'm glad I got you on a like a proper like cause like this is a recording where Kane's not here, and like the last recording where it was me and you and Kane wasn't there, it was like really shitty. But
Hmm.
I think this one is really good because like Carmen just like elevates it. Carmen is like really
Thank
like
you.
yeah, he's like really well read. He's really knowledgeable, and he's got a good voice, and he's so well spoken. This is gonna be
Yeah.
like a really good episode. I'm gonna name it episode 2.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. I wonder where Kane is. Probably asleep or something.
Yeah, in a drunken haze.
Yeah, he needs to knock it off.
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't.
But yeah, he
It's
won't
because you
though.
know what? He is the youngest out of all of us. You know.
Yeah. No, he is. He
You know
is.
what's funny?
Kane's
Like
fun.
between the three of us, like Kane is the youngest, I'm the middle child, and you're the oldest. So I'm like Malcolm, and Malcolm in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can be Malcolm. That's fine. Yeah. Oh God, like I read something fucked up like a few months ago. You probably heard it, but apparently Frankie Muniz doesn't even remember recording the show. Like, what kind of fucked up shit did they do that to that kid?
Who do you blame for that? Like, what race of people, what phenotype of people would you say is directly responsible for the ills of Hollywood and like the overall media industry in America? Like, come on, Jay, it's on the tip of your tongue, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The beady-eyed ones with the big noses.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yo, you guys want to hear something funny? You know how I work around like Jews, right?
yeah.
So I work in Borough Park in Brooklyn, and for all you New York listeners out there, or all you knowledgeable listeners out there, you know that Borough Park, New York City, is like a highly Orthodox Jewish area, and I work there
Hmm.
for Jewish loan sharks, and we could
So
get
you're a
into that. Okay,
Shaboskoy.
what?
You're a Shaboskoy.
Pretty much. So
Yeah.
anyway, I go. I was at work. I go into the bathroom, and in the bathroom, there was like a dude, a Jewish guy, just like moosing his curls. He was straight up sitting there in the mirror, like he had like the Tresemme like fucking mousse, and he was just like moosing the shit out of his curls, making them even curlier with mousse, and the curling technique. I was like, God damn, dude. It's just ridiculous. It's like why? Like it's so stupid. Just fucking, I don't even know. I can't. I'm just sick of them, dude. I'm sick of working for them. I'm sick of working around them. I'm sick of eating their food. Because if you work at Borough Park, in the area, I'm like directly in the heart of it. So it's like the only food, that I could eat in my proximity is like fucking kosher food, and it fucking sucks, man. Yo, Richie,
Yeah.
keep the volume down a little bit. Yeah, so it sucks, man. It fucking sucks.
No, I don't blame you. That sounds kind of bad, but
Yo, by the way, we got
Yes,
we
yes,
got
what's up?
14 minutes to chew up, so let's make it count.
Ah,
No, 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 but we
sweet,
got good
okay.
experience. All right, so Jay, you were a teacher, right?
yeah, I was.
How did you like
It's
it?
basically Peter Brimlow's article for VDale talking about teaching black students, where the quotes about hissing, about sucking through teeth, good hair, etc.
Hmm. Yeah, dude. I've only really taught in semi-nice areas, except for during my master's when I had to go to like some kind of poorish school. I say poorish, but because like the district gives them all the funding, and they neglect the white areas and stuff. So it's technically built up, but it's like poor in quality, if you know what I mean. And but at any rate, I learned to really appreciate the Hispanic culture there. Like virtually my whole classes, they're all Hispanic, and like they're a little difficult at first, but like I learned to love it in a way. But then they gave me tuberculosis, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So
You got contaminated, Jay. You're just not fit anymore. You're one of the disease now. You got you were supposed to be dead like fucking Arthur Morgan.
no, I know, dude. You want to? The fucked up thing is, I forget if I've told you this. I may have said it like last time, but I was playing through Red Dead Redemption 2 at the time, and like I just got to the part where Arthur Morgan got TB, and I was like, wow, that's fucked up. Holy shit, I would never want that. And then like a week later, I found out that I had TB, and I was like, this is really funny.
That is pretty funny.
It was
You
hilarious, but
almost
it's like
Jay, you almost died. If you had died, I would have been really upset. But a lot of people would have been really happy too. You know that,
I
right?
know. No, I'm glad you'd be upset, and like
I'd be really fucking upset. I'd be like, Jay, this is all your fault for being like, for not just becoming like a union worker from the get. For not just admitting to yourself that like I can't engage with society intellectually because is just intellectually degrading perpetually, and you would have just become like a garbage man or a construction worker or like a
Yeah.
machinist. You should have gone into like engineering or some shit. You know, you should have been like fuck society, fuck psychology, fuck all that shit. I'm just gonna get into some union shit, some blue collar shit like mechanics and like aerospace engineering, some shit like that. That's what you should have done, but you fucked up.
Dude,
You fucked
no,
up,
yeah,
bro.
dude. I've had that thought before where it's like nothing I say will be valued by these people because
Yeah,
they're
you
so
fucked up, dude. You should have just worked on skills because you're smart enough to be able to develop like actual like hands-on blue collar skills, like shit that actually improves life and not just like makes you enlightened about life. Like no, but
yeah.
you squandered it. But at least you're good with your guns, right?
Yeah, no, dude, I'm good with my hands and like tinkering and stuff. I come from a family of engineers and I was brought up with that mindset and like taking things apart and putting it back together. I love building things and stuff. Like, yeah, I could totally do that and stuff, but like, I don't know. The engineering thing, like my dad is actually an aerospace engineer and stuff. So it's funny that you mentioned that. If I would have taken his advice, I probably would have been an aerospace engineer too.
Nah, but you chose to be the bratty little son and be like, "No, dad, you don't know shit."
Yeah, well, okay, so hear me out. My dad has been miserable basically his whole life, or my whole life.
Because he's a hard worker. If you're a
Okay.
hard worker, you're gonna be miserable in your personal life. It's just you gotta accept it.
No, no, it's just about work and stuff too. But at the same time, he's very grateful. So like, I don't from my two eyes, I see somebody who is always miserable, although he'd never admit it and stuff. And he like thanks the Lord for the plentiful bounty and stuff. But from my eyes, I see like I don't know. I don't want to get too into it or anything, but yeah, I could have done that and stuff. I may still not the engineering thing, but like the fuck society blue collar thing. Like, why not? Like, I was thinking of being a gunsmith.
Okay.
I'm really proficient at guns, so I can do
Yo,
something like that.
yo, Jay, would you want to join the Army Reserve with me? Like, just like,
No,
yeah, me neither. I don't want to do it. But
yeah, flat out no.
I just want to do it if I could do it with a friend that I trust. I don't want to do it alone. Like if you would do it with me, I would fucking do it. And that would be some good content for the podcast. Like
It
telling
would.
what it would be funny as hell. We'd be like, "Yeah, we're here. We got our heads shaved. They stuck a needle in our ass and injected like 13 fucking vaccines like at once." And they taught us how to like kill people and it's a fun time. We met some really cool dudes, like
No, yeah, that would be fun. But then like the problem is like
my
I don't
sister's in the reserves. Did I tell you that? My 18-year-old
know.
sister is in the fucking Army Reserves.
I didn't even know you had an 18-year-old sister.
Well,
That's new.
she's not my full sister. Like I don't have any full siblings, only half siblings.
Okay. That's like my mother, and like she's from New York. Is that a New York thing?
I guess no, it's more like I'm a fucking degenerate and I can't keep a relationship together kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. But no, man, I couldn't join our army, not in this state, or in the state that it is, rather. Like,
Yo,
I
wait,
don't
wait, hold on.
agree.
Is Carmen still with us?
Yes, yes, I'm still with you. Sorry about that. I was
You were
spacing out.
passing out, were you? Because you're laying
Yes, I
down
was, exactly. Yes.
You're so fucked up, dude. You're like
Agreed, I
wasted.
am.
Yeah. Yo, are you down to get some? Are you down to get something to eat after this?
Yes, I am, very much so.
What do you want to eat? Like, you want to get diner food?
Anything is fine. I just need to eat.
Yo, Richie,
Yeah,
what are you down to eat? You want to get fast food or like good food?
fast.
Fast food? You want to get like White Castle or McDonald's?
Sure.
All right, Carmen,
Sounds
McDonald's.
good.
Yeah. Jay, did you eat tonight?
Is he
I
going to
ate
join
food.
us from California?
Oh, that would be so sick. If you could just teleport here and like have a meal with us and just go back to
Yeah.
fuck off back to
Yeah, that'd
hell.
be great. No, I'd love that. That'd be
Yo, by the
fun.
way, boys, we have 6 minutes left to chew up. Like we did a whole full ass episode. This was a good
Yeah,
one.
Ooh, yeah.
We're
Yo,
doing
Carmen,
good.
thank you for coming on, dude.
Oh, I'm happy to come on. I'm
dude,
sorry about
you're
my
a
state
great
of being, and
you're an
thank you.
awesome addition. You know what? Like honestly, like I would
I should
love.
just be on permanently and
Yeah,
drop
like,
J. I agree.
yo, you guys want to hear? No, no, no. That's so funny that you say that because like I was just hanging out with another Facebook friend, Erica, and she was like, "You guys should just drop Kane and like put me on his head." So it's like, and I'm just sitting here like, all right, so I dropped Jay and I dropped Kane and I replaced it with Carmen and Erica, and called it
That's
Terrorisk,
good.
Carmen Electra.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Erica really hates Kane. It's funny.
Yeah, yeah, but she likes the pot. She really thinks you're funny as hell, Jay. Like Erica thinks you're
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's good. A lot of people do, and I think they just won't admit it.
I'll admit it. I think you're funny. I don't think I'm funny. I think you're funny.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you think I'm funny. I think you're funny.
I don't think I'm
So,
funny. I don't think I'm funny at all.
yeah.
I am not a funny man. I look funny. I act funny, but I don't think I'm like actually like consciously funny. Like when I try to be funny, I'm not funny. But when I just try to be normal and not funny, like that's when I'm funny. So that doesn't make me
Yeah,
funny. That just means I look funny. I'm just a funny looking man.
I don't know. I think you're funny in like a natural, spontaneous way.
Yeah, in a not so cool, like intellectual way. In a you're just a funny fucking retard, you fucking dumbass. Like.
Yeah. No, I'm hilarious. I know I am because I don't say anything unless I would find it funny, like at all. So, I don't know. Maybe my ego's inflated there, but
No, I mean you were funny last time. I mean, well, Erica was like, Jay was hysterical. Like he just kept bringing up like, is it wrong? Like, why is it wrong to shoot blacks? And I'm like, like really? Like, I don't think we, like,
yeah, that was pretty funny. So like, Carmen, is it okay to
Yes.
shoot the blacks?
What?
Is it okay to shoot the
she's gonna
blacks?
say no.
I'm gonna say no because I'm going to try to fuck some of them. So
Okay, fair enough. That's a valid
also,
No,
answer.
you know
Carmen,
what?
Carmen,
Also, I'll give you
you
another
know,
genuine answer, which is that FBAs, for all their dysfunction, have been here in America since the beginning of the country, and there is some unique debt owed to them. A lot of it has been done to repay that. But
Hmm.
I don't know. There's something should be done to try to bring in standard with the rest of the country because clearly it causes a rift. Obviously, that's deliberately chosen by certain people. But even
Yeah.
beyond that, I could see there as being extant issues that, uh, to a certain degree, is probably overly callous to. I appreciate the freedom of speech, but I wish there more could be done. I have some vague sympathies.
Yeah, no, for sure. I understand. They're definitely our problem. And I don't mean
Yeah.
that like they're a problem, even though like they kind of are.
Yeah. Well, you know
But
what? I want to let you take a step back and say that America has a bunch of dysfunctions with some historical populations. I don't know how well they can be repaired, but poor Black Americans, rednecks, Native Americans, all of
oh,
these groups are really getting fucked over. They actually have very similar social ailments afflicting them.
that's true.
And we get distracted by this lib bullshit and stuff, but it's really fucked up how bad those groups are doing in America. And a country
Yeah.
like ours should be able to, I'm not expecting them to bring them to the level of, performance that you get with, Jews, East Asians, Brahmins,
Hmm.
but they really should not be suffering the way they are.
They shouldn't. And it's really the fault of like the liberal order that took over
Jay, just
after
say
during World
Jews. Like
War.
that's really what you're
Huh?
saying. You blame the Jews.
Well, okay. So like
And wasps,
yeah,
and
well,
honestly, a
too.
lot of
Yeah.
social climbers within blue state areas. All
Yeah.
joking. This is not a ass covering. I mean this seriously. Because,
No,
like,
you're right.
wingnats go retarded and they just blame the Jews, but really it's a bunch of different groups. And yes, Jews are heavily represented, but they're heavily represented in any intellectual movement or any high achieving movement. So that's kind of I don't know, I'm not sure what fallacy it is, but it's wrong to single them out.
Yeah, no, it's not just the Jews, but they're a problem
They're
too.
overrepresented among any kind
Yeah,
of high IQ trickery.
Yo, Jay, you
yeah,
know who I
dude.
think you get along with, honestly, if you like move to New York City, I think you would
Yeah.
really get along with the Black Israelites.
Oh, I love them. They're so funny.
Yeah, they're a great group. I've
They're
seen them in
hilarious.
person, as I've seen also Nation of Islam guys.
Yo, but the Black
Hmm.
Israelites are way better. I think Israel should be flooded with the Black Israelites. Like, you
Dude,
know,
yeah, they're the true Jews. Like they should just go to fucking Israel.
seriously.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude,
that
I
is a
love
come
that.
town bit, but like I agree with it to my core. I'm like, Israel is a country that needs more diversity because they keep preaching it about other countries. I'm like, yeah, you know what? If you preach diversity so much, then you should let your country be like, lived in by like Christians and Muslims and shit.
Yeah. No, for sure. I agree. That and okay, I'll take it a step further. I think it should only happen to Israel.
Yes, yes, classic. I'm actually fine with it in the new world in general because it feels very fitting for the historical trends of the new world.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like this is a big thing where I break with the quote unquote alt right and just the far right people in general is that like ethno states are not like it would never work here. So like
Yeah, yeah, they don't. And like
yeah,
we have so many different waves of different immigrant groups because there's always been a population shortage ever since disease decimated Native Americans
yeah,
in the Americas. So you have all these different waves of slaves, of indigenous people, of different European groups,
yeah,
all
dude, yeah.
settling. You It has to have a very different framework than the old world, which does have a lot more homogenous populations.
Yeah, we just can't have it here. Like we have Irish that came over on boats or whatever, and then Italians, like my
And
family
we
in New
also
York.
have white people,
Yeah, exactly. And guess what? They didn't all get along. They kind of hated each other for a long time.
rightfully. Um, yeah, yeah, there's a lot of different groups that ended up coming here.
Yeah,
Um, the long running history of the New World is a far more diverse place, yes.
yeah, and
Honestly, for all the other dysfunctions, Brazil's, Brazil is the country
Yo,
America
you
should be
guys want to hear
compared to
something
the
funny?
most.
But since
yeah,
you bring up Brazil, right? This is actually a bit I picked up off of Cumtown, and they explained how, well, they discovered that like Brazil had like a huge population of Jews. No, 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 sorry, it wasn't Brazil. It was Peru, or it was Brazil or Peru. It was one of those countries.
dude, it was
Peru
all of
had a
them.
huge population of Japanese.
All right, so what
A
Yeah,
lot
happened?
of
So
Latin
what
America
happened is the
had
Jews.
Jews.
I think it was Brazil. I'm pretty sure it was Brazil.
Sounds likely.
So Brazil had a huge population of Jews, but they got kicked out because
yeah,
they had more slaves than the Christians. So then they
yeah,
ended up like immigrating to like New England, like Rhode Island or whatever, and like they were riffing on it. They were like saying like, oh, could you imagine their names? It's like Aaron Lopez, like fucking. It
hmm
was just funny shit,
Well, wouldn't yeah, geez. Yeah, it should be like Joa Herschel.
yeah, dude. If you want
Joaquin
something,
Herschel.
Joaquin.
Yeah.
Chris, if you want to learn something wild, look up the history of the sugarcane trade and the sugarcane plantations in South America.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In
They talked. They even talked about how like there
All
were
those
southern Jew.
conversos that were
yeah,
there.
all the
Yes,
conversos,
Sephardic
exactly.
Jews.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Sephardic Jews, Jews from Spain, yes.
All I
Hmm.
know, dudes, is that the Jews I work for now, I don't fucking like them. Like all they do is they spend their money on like frivolous, like rich people shit, like Gucci name brand shit, and fucking.
You're working for Adam Sandler and Uncut Gems, right?
No,
Yeah,
no, 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 no.
basically.
I'm working for like.
Hasids?
You remember the guy? All right, you remember the guys in Uncut Gems that Adam Sandler like originally he walks into that like jewelry fucking bazaar, and like he
Yes.
makes the bet. Yeah, those guys. Like the guys that are in control, the guys that actually know what they're doing, and they're not like on coke and drugs, and like
Right, I see. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
the guys that are family men. They just happen to have the Jewish connection. That's who I work for.
Okay. Okay.
What I want to say denomination is a Christian term. What school of Judaism do
All right,
they
you know what?
follow?
Actually, now I think we're getting. First of all, we're past our mark. We're past our time mark.
Yeah,
Second of all, like I think now that I think about it, this is content that I want to be premium. I want like my like professional life to be like premium content because like I work for like money Jews and there's money to be made. So like I'm not gonna try to reveal that right now. You know, like
Okay.
fair, fair.
all right. So I'm gonna hit stop recording in three, two. The call's gonna keep going, but three, two,
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Bye. Is everyone say bye?
Oh,
Bye.
And thank
Bye. It
them,
was nice being
for
here.
listening.
yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
so I
listening.
hit end before I could say bye, but
All right, well,
whatever.
no, it's okay. You don't have to. I don't need your recording, dude. I have everything I need just in one
Oh,
recording.
good.
All
Then
right,
I'll delete it off my hard drive then.
yeah, you can do that. But
But I'll
like,
do that after you get it up, just in case.
all right,
Yeah, good idea.
I could put it up tonight even. Should I do
Yeah,
that?
I think you should.
All right. Yo, Jay, I'm so happy I did this with you, man. Like, it's just good
Me
to have
too.
a. All right, bye guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, later.